Me family muna kushe una kaba una adu. This is a cast TV with we regular program Salon for Better. And me people them as una know say 2018 will get a presidential elections and then we at least currently the SLPP they run Sierra Leone government and then we don't take the All People Congress out of power where people then be they still they surprise how it happen. And since that time, things that they go on at the country where people then they try for say the former president when are the leader and chairman of the All People Congress, now they talk. And since they talk, people and then they make comments on that. We get somebody will come up where at least income for can tell people them about the life of the former president, His Excellency Ernest Bai Koroma, and life after office. And not to nobody but now Ambassador Felix A. Koroma. And Ambassador Felix A. Koroma, this man, I mean, he don't can study international law and security expert. And also now be the former ambassador and deputy permanent representative of Sierra Leone to the United Nations. And now, welcome Ambassador Felix to Sierra Cast TV.
Thank you very much, Sharkas, for having me. Thank you. I appreciate for on our program.
Okay, Ambassador Felix, we know say you one can talk about the former president Ernest Bai Koroma and life after I left office, where people in the Gombo say inaugural talk with the kind of violations the way they go in the country with the current government way headed by Julius Madabio. And also people let me they try for be skeptical, they say like this kind topic after we flash and go out. Some calls them they come in, they say this is a big talk for you. They say if you able or you competent for handle this topic. But since you still get confidence and persevere for talk about the life of Ernest Koroma after office, which you want to know first, waiting a relationship with the former president Ernest Bai Koroma?
Well, again, I want to say plenty thank you to Sharkas TV, at least for when I get me in this program. Of course, me not a stranger to the APC, and many people will know me prior to becoming ambassador. Me not be the former NOAS president, the president for all the APC students in the country. And we all know say the APC students wing within all the colleges them. And Nademi and President Kuma meets at the time of opposition when they tried for Get Power 2000, the Miata conference. And from then, we don't get a very strong relationship. In between the relationship, I guess we can discover, say, we get a family links and family relationship because me and daddy come up from Bombali. Of course, now a member of the cameras and we then turntable where now get rights to the chieftaincy in Bombali. So with President Koroma and well known young papa being an authority in Makeni and me and grandpa them when I be PC Tonkla be safe authority we may end up for get that kind of link. I remember one time when I State House where I go see President Koroma, maybe a request for see me and my family together. Surprisingly, me able for know me mama and you know me daddy. So since then we don't get a very strong relationship. And we don't get a relationship out of agape on the basis of trust and that of how each person capable for do it in each person able for do. You know me as a young man we capable for do a lot of things. When say young man with a gray head, you know, he always admire me in that kind of form. They for say he's young but he can do things we big person capable for do. And myself always don't respect him as a leader where I say they stand by word and they ready for deliver and you know ever make me make a feel shame because as of today nobody will deny for say President Koroma not able to perform in the country. So he always make me be proud of her and I make whenever I carry then kind request here from cast for say they want for talk about them kind there I make myself available for can talk. Of course, me not a spokesman, I must emphasize. And at the same time, me not a spokesperson for the party. But owing to the relationship we don't build over time, there are a lot of things that we are fortunate for no between me and President Koroma.
Okay, thank you very much, Ambassador. And me people who now just to join with this Nasa Cast TV, who currently deal with Ambassador, former Ambassador Felix Koroma. We at least they talk about the life of Ernest Bai Koroma after office. Well, most people then they say the panel they talk, the panel they talk. And as he don't categorically tell you, say ain't not to his spokesperson, but it just they talk how he know Ernest Bai Koroma. And also, Ambassador, what you want to know about when the election results called, but could people then shock for the APC upon all the thing where they don't do now the country with the development where they don't do for let them lost election over SLPP. And also people let me they go they talk say na conspiracy and Escoma don't sell this election to him party Madabio. What do you get for say about this?
Well, say nothing way like I already don't say nothing way very natural when people then get high expectations. Of course, when you look at President Kuma all in time and in tenure on our salon, they don't deliver so much within the shortest period of time. And people then always take and say the APC media at the height of glory. So many people surprised for see all of a sudden change, and it begin for go back on them and get them say what happened, a few people them because of the relationship with them they see with President Kuruma and the current president, President Manabio, when President Kuruma be in power, try for use as a way for say but possible which is a conspiracy that President Kuruma might don't sell the position to the office to President Manabio. Well, I want to differ from that, and I want to say President Kuruma, we all know, in a post we like APC, and he always ready for do so much for APC and make sure say APC become what it should be. May say waiting happen now a lot of factors. One, now that we get convention in November of 2017. Of course, the world be the day some who fly out of New York, we end up for good on day and try for go witness the convention. We all know say prior to that convention day, the key players them where they run the party. I mean, members of the APC when are the structures and within the party, they're all left out of the office and then functions and then decide for vie for position. I mean, they want for become president after President Kuruma. I don't want for call specific names, but I will give specific scenario. You will see what I say. People are, for example, for all Cambia, we are the authorities of Cambia, where the people of Cambia, the APC people of Cambia, they look up to. People are way that the old Freetown, where the APC people they look up to. People are way that them for old Bombali, people are way that for old Poloco. All of those people, they left the safe zones and say, we want to be president. So two things happen. At the second term of President Kuruma, these people not able to support them for perform in governance. Second, these people not able for all the party together, the offices they wouldn't get official functions at the party. They all sit and go vice. So that lapses in governance and that lapses in the party, plus the outcome of the convention when in November and the elections now be April. You find out, say, just imagine November to April, like December, January, February, March, make it take us 4 months. What happened? Many people end up for go dissatisfied after the outcome of the convention in Makeni. And these people know me ready for making for quickly take a transformative mode and say, let us go and forgive what happened in Makeni. Let us fight for sustain the party and uphold the party. And they end up for seeing nothing with ourselves. What you for happen, may happen, will just be a the party for them, we can pick them back later. Now, only when they see that they lost first time, they realize, say, oh, there may be consequences if SLPP can afford it. Especially under this leadership. Now, that's when you see most of them decide for coming by second rounds. We may, say second rounds not get much for do again, other than, for just to say we lost the elections. So basically, me not believe, say, President Kumar selling elections to President Bio. I believe, say, the issues about elections like collective efforts, where I believe, say, every member within the APC party for work together and ensure, say, we get the result. I mean, I believe, say, if we all be harmonized with efforts, like me, for example, they talk to the show. I mean, everybody know that. Imagine young ambassador, a deputy ambassador. I mean, be one of the leading champions at the East District at Freetown for martial APC campaign. When you look at them by structural aspect, not only for the do that. I mean, and also not only for the part of them, but like for Edam and try for Mashalam, no, I'm not for be part of the whole process. But if I say I end up for go and back up Medke, and other senior man they will be there within the East District, then just sit on one corner and allow things and for happen the way they should happen. So it is all like what they say. It should have been a collective effort, and I believe say for winning elections, like collective efforts, not to one person efforts. So President Kuma, of course, create the platform for we all by ensuring say the necessary support towards the party and ensure say the party gets all the support them will get from government. But as I say, because people are dissatisfied and then take and say, you know, it's in we are, I mean, we lost, we come to the convention and we say we're not for support anybody. So may all man be, and I make delegates say we face the consequence. So if I can answer a question, I want for say now let me get as an opinion.
So if, by the way, this is Amjad. When you look back,
Yes, sir.
is there anything you wish Ernest Bai Koroma for don't do differently?
Well, you see the issue about elections, especially when it comes to an incumbent president, you have to look at the circumstances and what surround the elections. First, we have to look at the presence of the observers and the nature of the kind of observers that will be for the elections. May not see a whole lot of things will be happen in the physical camera. We don't know what happen in the shadows. In the physical camera, we see meetings them will be happen with people that will come for observe, especially the ECOWAS team will be led by Atta Mills. Apologies. The former Ghana president, Mahama, yes, President Mahama, and the rest of Ibn Chambers, where Ibn Chambers directly represents the United Nations in West Africa. And we all know, say, Salon, when you look at Salon, the nature of Salon, in terms of the role of United Nations and the West, in terms of keeping the peace for the country, may you know, say, the country don't be in a situation wherein the peace so fragile that, remember, the way SFPP presents the situation, that if anything go wrong, there will be war, you know, a declaration of war, and anything will happen, war will come at the country, and people will die and people will suffer. And any good leader we don't work for a country, we don't really work. If you have to this one, I don't build house na salon. You know, go burn your house because they say mosquito already. You go one for plan two way because the president way in a power, no go outside legal na neck and go take elections results and turn them upside down. What's waiting to happen in our countries, the way the situations that they happen. And President Kumar to hold that one day. So what did President Kumar do for we as a party? Now for create the atmosphere for me, we as a party go out and ensure say we win an election. Because like what you say in the start, we get all what it takes for win the elections. All what may happen and what God predicts in the Bible. It's a house divided by itself go forward. So President Kumar, the international pressure, you get the international pressure at the same time you get party pressure, at the same time you get the SFPP pressure. Of course, we all know say you also get the opposition pressure, get Yumkela, get Kamarimba, then send me out and all the pressures were there. You see, so what he have to say do to me, as far as me concerned, we have to say any good leader can do. Not the exact thing he do. So Pakaba did it for us also. We'll not forget that one day. Pakaba, when the elections were won by us 2 times, Pakaba no make no choice but for Giwi. So it's the same thing. If the APC may really work as a team, like what I say, based on waiting now we opinion and waiting that the 9-man committee 7 prove, I believe say President Kumar for be outright the column make deciding in column with favor. You know what I mean? So this is the situation. So me feel say he did what he able for do as a president. Now we as a party not able for do what he was supposed to do. And not to secret, we all know that the entity they will talk, so we see how they reflect. There are still people who are still dissatisfied. So it clearly shows say not to only that short term they happen. Some man don't realize, you know, we see some other man now, then they represent the party, then are courts. We see some other man now, then they come out open and they play 1 or 2, 3 role. These are the ones that we don't recover from the outcome of that previous convention. But may you know say we still get some now, we don't even go SFPP, or if they not go themselves, then they tie clearly in the public with the see and the SFPP in so many things. When these are the same people we come up for them position and they will be sway in a way we're not satisfied. So it tells you how bitter they are and how still them bitter. So they show you no more the kind of position President Kumar they I effects. I mean, with those kind of people, you know, I mean, forget them for understand. Because at this stage, we'd expect say Simon take 3 years now for make anybody truly like APC for not relax in mind now. and say, what, look, this thing don't pass, make you forget, but I'm gonna look at the way forward. But if you see somebody still at this stage, still bitter, it tells you, just imagine, say, no matter what the President Kumar for don't do, even at that time, for Steve, he say, it's still bitter.
Make any difference.
Exactly so.
So did you suspect any foreign interference during the election?
Well, the foreign interference, honestly, I get for be very honest with you, not go there for say then they go vote for we or then they go vote for SLPP. I think foreign interference always make sure so like which you actually know prevents the incumbents not for do anything shady, like anything they will do, we go create chaos or problem in the country. As I say, SLPP don't hang, say they are going to ensure say they face war in the country if anything go wrong with the elections. And considering that, say, the amount of money where they don't put at the country, the West, and you end up putting at the country, the personnel where they don't lost, all minute the issue of West Side incident, and all of that happen. So the president that for just stop the incumbent when President Kuruma, not for do anything. Because if you know the consequence of the incident, when it says you not do anything, you do something go wrong, say the ICC, then everybody aid. And ICC mostly old people and win incumbents, also the one they want the opposition. Now more of the incumbents, because the incumbents get higher, they get higher owners for protect the lives and property. And so imagine if you left that owner say, okay, I go change election results or do something or something go wrong, then it means you are going to face the whole thing. And enough for being no President Kumar no more. Like you say, those will be the greatest responsibility. For be the entire APC party. So imagine if we win elections, sometimes we big one the all for the aid for the ICC. So sometimes it's about decision. You know what I mean? So that make me believe.
Do you think they may get like a push for a regime change? For the fact that
no, there is nothing like a push for a regime change. You see, look, as I repeat and back, there is no way for make somebody go to a person country and tell you say I can't change the regime if the people then say that this wants. The people's voice, look at Mali, more actually what happened in Mali. The people of Mali spoke to a president when Sam still exists. I want to forget that one day. But yet still, in fact, ECOWAS just don't go there, but they can do nothing because it's the people. So me, I always tell politicians and say, all the best shot you get is to satisfy the people. If the people then speak, you get nothing for do. Trust me, no matter your legitimacy, then the question because they are the people that then give you legitimacy. So the notion of regime change, it just stay out here to me as a conspiracy. But the notion of the outcome of the results, honestly, me, you know what happened. Gambia, go to Gambia 2012, watch the elections of Gambia. 2012, Gambia, certain areas in the areas like Mambolo, we all know see the area in that area they will be the beat SAPP hands down. And we know that they're in charge of Mambolo. We know the politicians we come on like a Mambolo, we can do, we will believe save them. If they may go there and talk to them people there, there's no way Yumkela can beat us there. You go to Konadugu, the same thing. What I mean? What see the result of 2012. You can't even send me campaign when at the East District. You go to Waterloo Rural. I know what I tell you. I know the experience what I faced. I know the challenges I faced, the dissatisfactions. Waiting people they tell me. So a whole lot of politicians they wait for able for go all. The issue of elections. Now look at this. Now pillar system. All man for able for all your own pillar made the post not for by everybody. If all man, a few people have select their own pillar, no matter outside the other person all, the reflections they come back to you because if you don't, what was it for don't not to one side if you don't, you go start from outside the pillar weak, but for the other side. So now that kind of situation that we face. So in my own view, it's like we are not ready for let go the ego. We're not ready for left the ego and look at the bigger picture. Take what happened today now. All of us are suffering. All because of the fact say we be make that mistake there for facing na Samoa Kamara don't give and a President Kumar they do. Now it's not only reflecting on President Kumar, they reflect on all of us. Like a winner ambassador on ASO. We all know Amos and Gay ambassadors. In fact, we at UN now get the highest one at $5,000 for go back home, which will we now to people like me kind of insult for give me 5,000 for repatriate me and my family. The ones in Europe, some man get 3,000, where you cannot even take for them container. So you see, so everybody, whether I say not to my business or not to me go suffer, now everybody is suffering the consequence.
So usually, waiting at the amounts where they can give the ambassadors.
The amounts to go on a quota systems, you get so many things away for you. For example, tickets for all the PKM, the ambassador will have to get like a business class. So if you check just imagine one business class alone, for me, just me alone, not $5,000, you know what I mean? Don't begin done. You got to check container based on all which will get property, will get 40 feet. You got to check the payment of the container for me, you know what I mean, for me, and then the clearer for we. Then you get for check, get access to some other few things, like I think 1 or 2 vehicles away, we able for private vehicles, we will able for cheaper. There are a lot of other things I can say. Even you have to get per diem, there are a lot of things. As I say, it's in fact, as far as we're concerned, there is nothing like repatriation. So that one, another story for another topic next time. But in all, which we try to say, these are the effects of losing elections. And I believe, say, at this stage, every APC member for begin look at those consequences and how they suffer. Whether you oversee, you inside, like for example, you dey McKinney, where they see people in the suffer, you where they Tombo, where see what happen, you where they na prison, where they young people go kill them. Everybody for begin look at all of this time, begin see the need wow for unite and ensure say we try for come together as one, for ensure say we try for take up government back again.
Okay. Ambassador, thank you very much for this rundown way you give with viewers them, and also me people them as we always they tell una we just they join we this na former ambassador Felix A. Koroma, we na be the we right now na international lawyer and also security expert, na be the former ambassador and also deputy permanent representative of Sierra Leone to the United Nations. And they talk about the life of Ernest Bai Koroma after office. And also, Ambassador, which we want to ask you again, before the voting, people in the way President Koroma talk about after elections, they resign from in position after 3 months, where a lot of people in today, now they don't all against them, whether it be NRM or it be the party, but that's one them will be one let them give them flag bearer and not give them all. Now that they hold on to say President Koroma be say after elections, they resign after 3 months. So with that statement and the way people now don't all against them, what in now you view over this?
Well, first of all, Mr. Moderator Abdullahi, we need to understand some few things. President Koroma is an elected leader and chairman of the party, and in fact, there is a clause where we will be in that convention where they make him chairman for life. You see, I always tell people, anything in this world where you don't want to be part of, don't be part of it. If you are part of it, then stand to defend it because you have become part of it. You know, people may get a choice in that all for express say, look, we cannot allow President Koroma for be chairman for life. Or we're not going to want for President Koroma continue again before handover. Or if the people they don't go speak in a convention, and may you know say the convention time na 3 years, we for done this year. I believe say to me to you, everybody for understand that first as the legality of in rights for stay as a chairman. Now, if you make a statement in an open and say, I will resign in 3 months, we also go to look at the circumstances of the resignation or the statement. Actually, I'm not going to know what I thought at the time we be talking, but as a politician, we also sabi and small. I want to believe, say, maybe this same thing will be asked me just now. Maybe if we don't foresee, say, the possibility for APC coming in power is there. And if the APC is going to be in power, I think waiting in best will need at that time where APC will don't in power. Now for left the chairmanship and allow other possible come in, why is the APC then power go in retirement and see what he will do next? But we all see the outcome of the elections. And he begged the question, will he after we lost election to SFPP, will we as APC one for see President Koroma they run from we and they go hide in one corner? We go one for see that one day. You realize say if President Koroma may do that one day, many people will talk and back, then go turn the same story back, say, look at we don't make we all lost the election, they want to be getting conspiracy, we can stay back again. No, you don't want to wait on the free now, you don't go Sudan na England or America, look at all the free. They will say that. And him being a reasonable man and somebody will know waiting good for the people and no say lacking people, he pay another sacrifice. I'd be like, ask yourself a question. Who that go don't let we don't be president, don't left power for many they cost him, mama? Who that go let that one day? You don't be president, you don't left power, you don't achieve all that, you don't people that cost you, mama, you don't know more, you look there. Nobody know like that, they're blind. But you see, what for no say this man, I gratitude man, he get conscience. And he realize, say, look, I have a role to play. And for proof and which I talk so, take a look at the current situation of the country. We opposition them. They're not getting nobody in the afraid na APC reach the way then they talk. We say, well, I mean, we are not saying me as a person, but within the APC, when they talk, say, if I resign. Me, you know, say nobody afraid. They're not nobody afraid reach President Koroma. They know say now we can pin, now we key player that they power for any regime change in the future. So now make them they use the element necessary to support the idea for make President Koroma. Make watch other elements of something. If President Koroma chose for common now, what if you say for happen at the party? At this, all those who want power, then go want make them people them go take over the chairmanship. That is, for example, Samuel Kamara. We want him chairman, a possible for being chairman for supporter. We also the rumor says a chief transman has F1 car. Instead, once whatever they make a supporter. We also there is Alpha Class F1. I mean, the rest now continue, the list continue. So see what thing for happen in our party, and that is what SLPP wants. So now make SLPP wants. That's it. If more within a desire, so at the end of the day, then we will not see them will get an easy ride with we all. And as I say, President Koroma being a wise person, I say, you know what, I will be here. And if you don't promise we, remember from November back, say he will make sure say we. So in ready for beer, the mammy calls, ready for beer, the one, and he want for good power back.
So what is the current role we Ernest Koroma play? In the current position? Yeah, what is
yes, I say politics is all about pulling your head. What they call it? That's how they tell me student them. Why they play politics to student them? I say, we don't give position, make sure say we want for left eye, pull the pass and the next person. That's what President Koroma is about to do now. We want for ensure say, before they will call all in picking them to ransom, or they will call all in family to ransom, saying on a papa be make we lost that election. So he go don't fetch very hard back, and before they talk that what they say, they don't give the power back. So no one will say, hey, papa, the talk will change now. See when papa make mistake with corrector. Rather than they say he made mistake, he run and left way.
Okay, Ambassador, also, what would they see just after elections? Now we see some peace there between, the former Vice President where Ernest Koroma be fired, Alhaji Chief Sam Sumana, then come and make peace in Ernest Koroma, where a lot of people, then they ask, say, why this peace not be done there between them before elections and just after elections, then they make this peace. What do you want to say about this?
Well, you see the same thing again. Like I say, it's very good to get this program here today. I'm so impressed with this program because many people don't know what's happen in the shadows, and because they don't know what's happen in the shadows, they intend for interpret things waiting in the sea, prima facie before them. President Koroma and Chief Sassuman, I witness. We don't get dialogue prior before the elections. And I will confidently tell you, say, even when we be good the second rounds, President Koroma and Chief Sassuman be sit down na lodge on one or two occasions or meetings and see how Chief Sassuman go help him for make the as one of the efforts for CCA the APC win the elections at Kono. And we all remember the statement that way they make, they say they go meet some McKinney, where they say they don't even get discussions, they even Ghana, prior before that particular thing in McKinney, that event in McKinney. So in my own view, I feel say now waiting people and just see now the later part of it, but in the real part of it, we will witness few things. They may don't get this relationship even before the elections, and when both of them may don't they keep them going. And I believe say even Chief Sassuman may get few roles away play for the APC and I cannot prior to the elections. So even during the elections. So I believe say not to just start that event in McKinney. There has been they may not hang out for some time.
Okay. Yeah, in addition, Ambassador, say just after the elections, then the All People Congress be decide for form a 9-man committee, and this 9-man committee then say let they identify the problem we make the lost elections. And most people say they no need for form that 9-man committee because APC know exactly why they lost the election. And immediately after the 9-man committee, now they will just see another organization can pop up between the way they call NRM. Which you want to say, how does President Koroma in view about this movement of this term, where at least this timely when them people here come up with another organization called NRM after they say 9-man committee don't investigate why they lost elections?
First of all, we have to look at President Koroma in this position. That is to say, who done President Koroma? First, we have to be able to understand, say, President Koroma is possibly in the afraid opposition. In fact, and he overcome all the oppositions them we within the power. When I go back to history, we get people away we be the right bad thing them about President Kumar and newspapers. President Kumar end up for call those people and making them part of in governance. He embraced them. We get oppositions them when be people them where do all kinds of things. Even the current presidents who all see what he do with President Kumar and God which we all see what happen. President Kumar not get time for ensure say the question other people them they say for do charge them for treason and say they not do those kind of things. We all see people them we don't do a lot of things, Maput and so. President Kumar try to open doors for them all. We don't see even the alpha side with them. We talk all kind of talk about President Kumar na they meet up na Berry na I call them na Kisi Road. We all see where President Kumar they greet and then they talk and they laugh. That is the kind of person where President Kumar be. Now a leader we believe in inclusion and he believe in the people. He not afraid opposition because for opposition now the game the strength for able for do it right. So when the NRM come at the time where the party leadership don't see the need for me and look at what he make we loss. President Kumar not afraid the NRM at first because it take say the NRM come with almost the similar views of the party, where now be the party say we don't see me set up a 9-man committee because the NRM self accuse the party, say a few things and do the party don't make it right will make a loss. And we all see where President Kumar and people like the deputy leader Miguel Masai and Payasane ended up for where even the NRM cap, that picture they say for they go round. For embrace them and tell them say yes, I'm open up for opposition, and I feel say if I get a cause with genuine, I'm here to listen to those cause. And he listened and cause, and at that time, after the listening, he ensure say a wear the cap and tell us I'm part of it. You have my support, and we all see the further steps we President Kumar take with the NRM. He get them included in the constitutional drafting of the party. We see the NRM leadership then say then draft a constitution for the party, then they part of it. So it shows the kind of character President Kumar be, and it shows how he wants for make everybody be part of the process and move something forward. Of course, later part of it, now the outcome. We all know say when the politicians they enter inside the NRM, they end up for change the entire cause of NRM. We delicate say we'll see what's happen within the NRM fraction, the commodity, and other issues in the commodity. But still, President Kumar no ever left the NRM as they are. As right now as I'm speaking, what's they go on now. There is an ongoing negotiation with both fractions of the NRM, the party that's guy for see how we can forge away. Because I tell you, President Kumar don't promise the people and the APC people that he will go all out for ensure say we can have power. And he realized fractionalization within the party will go a long way for demise that particular cause. So what he effect for do now for ensure say he put down in ego, in pride, and ensure say he talk to people the way say if now under Africa system, someone will say I big pass them or I be them or they're not in the class, but in swell all of those things and take and say let me listen to them, make a talk to them, more find a way forward and let's move this party forward. So I'm not going to go too much now because the talk they go on, negotiations they go on. I don't want to go too much on the negotiations because I don't want to disturb any process where they're going right now. But I just want to present that element for say President Kumar, of course, don't treat the NRM issue with utmost respect and regard. It is now left for the NRM for see reason and see say, look, people are suffering, and a lot of things that they go wrong in the country. It's not about President Kumar anymore. No matter how President Kumar has become president, he dies today, his name could be written in history. Makes APC kind of power again, his name could be written in history. APC vex. Few people will still go like they got all them factors. So we don't look at and say the best way now for do is to see how we can able for find a way out. So this is what we look up for now within the NRM for CCA. Then look at the bigger picture, which is Sierra Leone and the people.
Okay, Mr. Ambassador. Also, waiting we they understand. We also know the SLPP. Then they constantly attack the APC members. But why former President Ernest Bai Koroma silent in spite of when several calls, then they come to and say let he speak out, but it's still silence. You want to say something about this, sir?
Well, you see, me like a politician, and as I say, me get different camera and different views of things and the way I see things. And I believe, say, some of the things I would effect for do so right now on the elements of the way me they perceive thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
President Kuma being silenced, it's also a weapon, a political weapon. You know, me as a politician, as I say, me get my own view. I know waiting they think, because myself can use those strategies and once in a while in certain things. You know, we go for look at a lot of things and ask yourself, has he been silenced, really silenced? Because we have to understand what he mean by silence. Because as far as me concerned, the APC as a party has responded effectively to all things the SAPP they do, for which President Kuma is the chairman and has approved. You know, it's very important this part while it was my repeat back. The APC as a party has responded to everything where SAPP they do, to which President Kuma is the chairman and have approved. So in one word, how can you define that to silence? When somebody, they say, for example, they say, Abdullah, use Siakas for talk for we. I mean, use this medium for talk for Siakas. It means Siakas approve you for making go ahead and do it, whatever the consequence they be, you are part of it. So that's one aspect, but they say all waiting then they go talk, and all waiting they do is that President Kuruma, you know what I mean, aware of, and he approve him, and he did behind the APC for ensuring the secret. That's one. Secondly, the APC has spokesperson, you know what I mean, way that in designations and then they way for talk for the APC and ensure say then send out the APC their positions and message, which then they try. Okay, then they do their own best for switching and cable for do. Thirdly, is the fact that President Kuma, he know himself and he know what he's capable of. As I say, me, Sabi and small, I know say he know say in world now a weapon for that country day. And he know what's go be the consequence if he make a statement where go be a consequence for a nation. And so he reserve them for the right time. You know, the right time, they say there's every time gets a season. And one thing we all for able to notice, we're very important as I talk to now. You see, President Kuma, if he is invoice right now to the last of invoice, trust me, Abdullah, now one thing will happen in that country today, na calamity or trouble or war. But the truth of the matter like this, Madabio is president for 5 years. And so if President Kuma he Allah self now Allah, Madabio should, I mean, has been appointed for a 5-year term. So except if Wame Allah make Allah come out the country, then tomorrow they kill 2 million people and they will begin blaming back. Or we allow them to keep in energy and wait for the right battle. When at the elections battle, when they go see elections don't come, we will all know say everybody they go seek a fresh mandate, then invoice come up. When at the right time, then the way we say invoice could make a difference, more difference, sorry, than if you talk now and create a problem for the nation.
Okay.
You know, feel say people don't expect too much from Ernest Bai Koroma. I mean, he was the former president, not the current president.
Exactly. You see, you don't begin to see what's in the happen. Two things that happen right now. One, will they get a reflection of a good president? Well, I may understand people in the miss now, and they need them for help them come out for salvage a situation. And you're unfortunate as I talk so, many of the one that we want for be leaders at APC not able ready for rise up to the challenge. They're all way for them stepping out and show the people them say they are ready to take up leadership. They're not ever in any way don't come for step into President Kuma's shoe. So everything they send them back to President Kuma, and we the people themselves see him now as the only savior for we, which is fine, because he is considering in network system where he gets greater than everybody in the APC, and considering the fact say we all know say very charismatic people in Lekam, and he gets a very strong paso. May you know say he gets a role for play. No matter which thing we think, we all know say he has a role to play. All we need for do, like I say, that the expectation we need for just reduce small and work within a purview of a time where may you know say a right for make we come. When I say all things fall in place for we. We're very important in end time than day. So for me on view, as far as me concerned for now, is that we need for now for ensure say you see, just watch what I can say back again, Mr. Moderator. Even when President Kuma is silent, we win a clever politician and know say at even in silence, SAPP they falter. Now logic the APC they use. Don't forget one thing, the APC politicians they don't survive Pasheki, they don't survive President Momo, they don't survive Captain Skasa, including this matter bill, President Bill, sorry. They don't survive Pakaba, they don't survive President Kuruma. Which make a count up when they are matured. You see, when picking the jump, you want for make you get bad kick, just not tell them between the bad and the good kick, just set him out. When you set him out, you realize say you know they know what's bad and what's good. So they do anything you want for do. They do anything you want for do. Now so you know what I mean. I saw the in character they show. And I saw all that people away na stranger them, people away they watch and observe, and so they see that picking in characters as they unfold. So it is also, I say, a strategy. Even with silence, it's a strategy. Because if they begin for oppose, then they help SAPP for shape themselves. And then go help them for ensure so they do the things the way they go on for do. And one knows this SAPP in a mess. And, you know, the method with them couch, as I tell you right now, then they shift from democracy to semi-authoritarian system. And if we not come together and unite for pull them, then we end up for become an authoritarian regime. So when you look at all of this, it might be an all strategy President Kuma they use. Say, you know, let me just allow them for that. And maybe you don't see them, even within silence, just see what's in the happen with the government. So imagine if he says something now. So let us patiently wait and see waiting at the outcome. He has given his word. I think what we need for do now as a party is to unite. We need for us to unite. Unity is the key now for the APC as a supportive drive towards the words of President Kuma for say, I will help when I get these elections when they come. I believe that is what we should be doing right now.
Yeah, Ambassador, and also what I want to say, Mr. Ambassador, I think very soon APC forget the convention October. President Kuma, they still continue for be chairman of the party, or then go get a convention where maybe it would aspire again for be chairman and vote. I mean, because when he make ask this question, many people they accuse him, even at the party where they na SAPC, where like people then they stab and say, "Na man we love for they na power." Not true.
You see. If I make a lot laugh, I even laugh because now you want to make a talk for President Kuruma. I really don't want to talk for him on this question, on this issue, because I want to say.
Just for talk about the accusation, whether you talk.
No, I'm coming. I mean, I know I'm going to which I have to say, like I don't want to be in the mind for deciding whether I go team up or not. I want for left hand for the people for decide. We'll see what happened at Poloko. Apply. Remember where we go Poloko recently in a convention where NRM filed an injunction. We also what happened. They went President Kuma take the mic for phone where see I want go. People say don't go. You see, as I can always tell you, we have to look at certain things and look at certain things. That's one aspect. The second aspect, we have to look at the current situation of the country. Of course, we don't have a situation where we say gathering is forbidden. So we don't even know whether we'll get a convention or we'll get a convention. So let me say, I don't want to go too deep on this particular topic. More just wait and see. And then we will look at how the things then unfold. But there's one thing we will forget in mind, you know, and that is to say the people elect President Kuruma. And when I say the people, I'm talking about the majority. I know, so of course, there are a few dissatisfied people. Then even then every gathering, but the people actually elect President Kuruma. So let us patience and may we see how things then unfold as we go along, and more could trust the process. You know, let us trust the process. And ensure say we try for see the bigger picture. You see, Ablai, it no matter what I be the chairman for the party. Trust me, I don't know. You see, I don't know, maybe sometimes that because other people then get different things on the look in terms of politics. Like me on kind of character, I always look at the bigger picture. I need to be swayed by smaller petty things. You know, I believe say for now the bigger picture, which people for the look at now the fact say, let me tell you which one for look at now for winning elections. You know, when you check the secretariats and you check the members, the way makeup of the APC secretariats, they're not even reach 150 apply, or even 250. imagine when we win elections, we they talk about positions the way people will get, where they to thousands, like thousands of offices and positions. So what you go for look for? If you really want to serve, you truly want to serve your people, I think you go look at the bigger picture. It doesn't matter who the driver is. It's a matter of the results, the end result of how we win and how we go for gets, to a point where we all go for serve. So me and Felix, my own view right now is how we will win the upcoming elections. You see, these elections we did before it's no more about us, Abulai. It's about the people, and there are two things. Many people where they claim for be leaders, who want for the leadership of this party. We in the APC, I don't say other people, but like we certain set of we are not going to allow people that will not get vision, like President Kumar or even more than for even sit at their offices, and they trust me. We're not allowed for follow people because of the kind of other people they do. We are looking for leaders who will ensure say they affect a change in the lives of the people of that country. People will get ideas and we get vision. So people the way, way they look small, like as the county talk, so we could just say chairman that they want to go for. No, look at people who want the seats of State House. That is what APC should be looking at, and that is what we are looking at without distraction.
Okay, and I say you mentioned about the next presidential election. You think it's going to be a winnable election, thinking about the amount of corruption we SLPP they inject into the current political system?
Especially like when they don't take and elect another neck commission and don't dock inside the people. If you say APC go lucky for win elections.
Not lucky,
then go win elections, because these guys, you see how then they operate. What do you want to say about that?
Mr. Moderators, I'm Jad and Abdullah. In fact, when I meet this lawyer right now, I just feel because I'm tied up with few personal issues and I need to get them right, But I mean, in my eyes, I see every day while they grab and sleep, I see SAPP leaving the office. Trust me, I know which I talk about and I know which I know small. You see, the thing about politics, what people are not before know, is that people like Salon people, we intelligent, they think way ahead, but we need to look at history. Now, they are weakness. The Salon people always get the sense for go before, but they not get the history for remember. Let me give you small history. First of all, APC as a party is on record for being the first political party for pull a ruling party in power in the entire Africa. In the entire Africa, we are the first political party for pull a ruling party in power in the entire Africa. Second of all, Pakaba SLPP, now they appoint Christian a top neck officer. APC win the elections. APC Ernest Bai Koroma, now they appoint Mfali, SLPP win the elections. So me, I don't care who that the SLPP appoints. If I made them give Seth Liman, me, I made them give Liman. Because when the people of Salon have spoken, when they don't speak, said they want a change in that country, the only choice which Liman, President Bill, will get is either they go ICC or then give with the elections. And now one game choice, now for give with the elections. It is either we win or we win. As it is for now, the people of Salon are just waiting. Then they wait for see the outcome of these particular elections where they come. When I hear speakers, while there is speakers upon speakers, they talk about how they train soldiers, they train these people. Let me give you back again small history. Pakaba said it to Christian at top. He said, let me tell you something. He said, the way I see the youths in this country and the way they determine for see President Koroma power, he said, I'm not going for jeopardize the only achievements where I go left or they go remember me with when are the peace what I'm bringing in this country. Let me tell you something. The people of Salon are not afraid. They're not coward people. The only thing, but then they get time for react. We all see what happened at Bintumani 1, Bintumani 2, when people with military fatigue, they want for denying the people when they say they want election before peace. We all see what happened. We all see what happened with Fodi Sanko, where Fodi Sanko be the make tower, what happened with the people. We all see what happened with AFRC juntas and how the people rise up against them. Let me tell you something. If SLPP not change the method and try for adopt democratic tenets and principles, then say that they try for take authoritarian systems, even within the SFPP, there will be a shift. The people of Salone, not the encouraging system again. I don't want to mention the people of the world. We don't pass this kind of regime. We go for able to look at the global nature of politics, and you get for adopt to those things. Now, make even with Mali, when they say military take over, they tell you say they give them time for go back to civilian, because people always believe say the people's power is the key in terms of governance now. Now, make we get what you call democracy, because the only system now where the people's power they come to reality. So me not even frets about the issue of the elections. I'm just waiting for the time. And me every day while they wake in America, are there really people in the sing? Let me show you one sing where I learned from the French Revolution, and they call them La Misérable. There's a song where they get it, they call the people's song. Now look at this, you go look at this. You say, do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? This is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. Just watch them 3 lines in there. He said, you know the people in the sing? He said, these are the voice of people who are very, very vexed. They're angry. They're at one. He said, if you feel they're going to be slaves again, he said, it's a joke. So these are the message where people need for land. The people of Salone will never be slaves. Imagine they know the host, then see military people that they can't be in block there. Look, they are just waiting for the time. And let's say people know that. For proof and say they know that, why you see them they supply diplomatic passports to them people then? Why you see them they try for send them family out of this country? Why did they write transitional reports and then they try for say we forget the transitional reports, then they put clause and they wait for say, I mean, you know, not for old land, not for old land by this, not for old land by that. My brother, you will get sense when you study policy, they say somebody's preparing their exits and then know the consequence of what will happen when that time they come. So, like I said, APC just need for be united. That's all we need.
No, yeah, like similar something where they talk so ambassador. If I can buttress like which they talk, we get like one theory like number one and like push where you see as you see they run. But that's the way you lock her inside room here into you say you want killer. You never ever know say push get pause them. You know, it get nails them. Now when you lock her in a room, now you want kill them. Now the time push they show you who that it be. You understand? And when they talk so much about Salone people, their reaction, then they take for react. Me, I not believe say Salone people, then they get you in a mind and they look you so you they pass, then they tell you morning, afternoon, evening time until where it camp come. Example now from late Sheikh Musaba again Afrobi. People then they see how they pass up and down in the morning, Salamu alaikum, Sheikh, Salamu alaikum, pap, where do God go on? Come out. The people will be they tell Aduna then catch and then kill them. So now things like that, when they look out for them kind of things and they but when you they rule the people and right, where at least tomorrow you go able only blind self, you go buy in a market and say, hey pa how did they I get fine fish, boy, not fine let go, all that thing happen. Okay, the next question, like
in addition, Abdullah, before you come to the next question, in addition to what you say in one word, you see what you call early warning signs in politics. When you watch certain things that happen in our country, they must say, for example, when SFPP gets events in a stadium, when you can see how the stadium, the people are not incorporate with them. These are signs, we call them early warning signs. A politician, we clever. If you want to this one now, you plan visit a house, we go to the house, you see them give chair every day as you cancel the chair, look chair, look cool, we go back the other day, say, look chair, look cool, I'm glad to tell you something. The way they begin boss 1 10, 2 10 share and but if you clever, but I not go again. Something they come for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Something they come for you. So these are the things for the travel say. If SFPP get sense and they know, they're not to fool. SFPP not to fool people. They are politicians themselves. They not say the people are not with them. They feel say they go use coercive method because they think I say the northerners are people with those side and they feel pressure. Those are the days. If I don't know, they say the northerners are people with no land book. It's if you know they get few northerners within they tell them back then they are abu you know I know say that bas bundu when they want keep their offices and in position they tell say are the northerners people already afraid where you kill one before two kill two then go free then go look. Let me tell you something. Sooner or later the day is coming. That's all we will say.
Okay, Ambassador, which will be one no back because people then say the former president they talk and it's just quiet. You feel say the president, the former president, right now, they do any other thing beside politics because look, they live happy.
Of course, President Kumain wish even before he left as president was for join the ranks of incumbent and ensure say he go out in the world and promote Salone in terms of what ex-president or someone that ex-president can do, for fly the flag of the country in terms of peace negotiations, conferences, trade envoy, all of those things. President Kumana possibly in that they don't make up in mind for any, still make up in mind for them. We'll all see what they do in terms of the area, then they will see what go to Namibia, we'll see areas that we don't go and what you don't do in terms of elections. We all see conferences already going to Portugal, and very recently, anytime from that in the 13th or the 16th, so we get another talk show. So President Kuma is not even worried with the SFPP. Now the SFPP that they worried with President Kuma, and I all saying they mourn at them. They say, but this man, if it's a way getting get trouble, so we then court case para corruption case, President Kuma go only aid them. They remember how for go to war. No. He has a life to live, and they leave him, and then they be moved with which SFPP they do. SFPP. And then get the owners for proof, whatever then they say. They say who has that must prove. If they say President Kuma don't thief, may they show more than 2 hours President Kuma gets. May say the only house President Kuma be get even before we win elections, that was the house where President Kuma began at Godrich. And the only 2 happened to that house, like renovation. The only house we get in 10 years now after that, now the one we get at McKinney. So if SFP begin the other one with Sabi, we don't see to the court say and to no, so come on, no money, no come on. In fact, my money sent in bank and I made them one get issues. So it's all about what SFP the propaganda they say. It's not about what President Kuma they see in reality. Now make never move, worry. And I'll not forget something. President Kuma may get chance where be left that country where SFP just take over. If I be chose for stay out of the country. But as I tell you, electing people, he chose for come. And the situation we get so now an internal problem again. It's not like what's in the output smarter building also where they don't even get ICC case. Where if they get for corona, we save out of Salon or any side and go save now, then get the world will look for them. When they come on our own situation we get now a government will come where they accuse them of something when an internal situation. So if President Kwame chose for go any other country, if that country they're not glad for SFPP say one CSF, then they left them. They say we don't see president like there Jamaica, we don't do bad now. Gambia more than President Kuma, which President Kuma then they accuse of. But yet still we never see the expedite Jamaica. Look at Sunday they enjoy life. Now Equatorial Guinea or whosoever. So but President Kuma now not do nothing when I just they say corruption on the whole for. So now I chose for stay inside. So what I would say like the president is former president is living a life with love, in as much as he don't do few deprivations of himself. Say he be originally supposed for day na Godrich be there before he lost in power. Before he go for presidency, sorry. And when he lost in power, all man expect at least he go there na Godrich for some time, in as much as if he don't choose for McKinney for being last stop. But one know say he deprive himself of all the sweetness we Freetown gets. One know say Salon and Freetown all the enjoyment day. He deprive himself just for give SFPP the sports because we know say any salary for the work and that Freetown the people and for the BNM. So he goes sit on McKinney and only sit on McKinney, he lock into much. Just imagine the man lock into much by people them. Just because a normal SFPP say people they can't find because if you open that much, say Freetown for move go McKinney. But he do all that because he want to give them chance for rule. So this is what I'm talking. The presidency of President Kuma is moving. He's trying to establish himself in the world and establish himself wider and try to see how we come up with new initiative. We'll see the Africa Peace Corps, where they talk about how we forget a Peace Corps in Africa, we for help for build bridges, help out for do a lot of things for make Africa move forward. So he has bigger dreams than now. Now SFPP they tend for Isabella Kwe somebody want go before you try for holding foot behind because SFPP always get this tension within them and then they try for de-escalate. I remember then this year meet up one SFPP leader in the US and they talk say APC they want overthrown there, this, that. I asked a simple question. I say, you really do history? I say, check history. All the overthrows in that country they now against APC. Check the history. All overthrows in that country they now against APC. The only overthrown will be all the overthrown in that country now the APC within the power. I said the only overthrown way APC out of power. Now the AFRC overthrown. Check history. And the AFRC overthrown, may you know say now the soldier man there and then picking on me glad we be disband the army. Now then come back so. So how can you say APC were overthrown when H.E not show say we get a tendency for overthrown? So sometimes people talk, and one of the things that the way they affect this SAPP government, they need to de-escalate. Now they say they escalate the situation. When that confidence President Kuma Imi gets where the rule, he always de-escalates the situation. We were not security experts, we know what in that de-escalation mean. We might not be able to go for make President Kuma Palava and God history. That was escalating. And if President Kuma follow what if happen, would they escalate further? So what did President Kuma do? He just take as a pinch of salt. So it de-escalates. So this is what SAPP are not able for land in that country. They, all the time they create unnecessary tensions and presumptions when they exist. You know, people are overthrown there. You know, this kind of words.
Yeah,
people
because
are not terrorists.
From where they come up, now the first thing this, as he said, then they give notice to government say they can overthrown, will never be. So Ambassador, now since people then be they look and say this now a very difficult topic for you where you don't handle professionally and with you international lawyer and security expert where you don't become, and also a former ambassador and deputy permanent representative for of Sierra Leone na the United Nations. This now you don't clearly tell people at least waiting at the life of former President Ernest Bai Koroma, a life after office. Waiting at the last word of courage where you go give supporters of the All People Congress presently in the country and around the globe.
Well, I want to first of all thank everybody within the APC ranks, the leadership, as well as the supporters. And I also want to especially thank proud Sierra Leoneans who don't come forward and ensure say they raise their voice for the people of the country. I want to tell people and say this is we're not for take this current situation in any way like for say this is about President Koroma. You know, it's like the thing we happen SAPP them propaganda and their strategy. The SAPP they may know very fully say President Kumana be somebody very powerful, and they know say one of the way for defeat the APC by then now for ensure say they put a stain on President Kuma and make even with the APCs without him, we get doubting him and begin look at one kind of election and at the enemy. So instead of us focusing on the true enemy, which is SAPP, that is the one that we don't mean well for the country as well as we as a party, we focus on President Kuma, say nine the bad one. And this is where we for begin take a shift now as a party. We get for first of all note say the life of the party a day at stake. SAPP one for extinct the party and one for kill them. Every APC members for able for know that one day and know say the life of the party is at stake, and SAPP one for kill them. Impliedly means say if they even kill the party, then they kill all of us. You know, so we get for look at those kind of situation and then begin look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is how can we get SAPP out of power? So we for change a shift from President Kuma and begin look at the party and begin look at the SAPP. I believe say it's if we begin doing that way, then we all will begin see the results we're supposed to see. There are a lot of people in this country where sabi talk, you know. We always say Uma Fofana this, Uma Fofana that, Uma Fofana that. But look, we have structures in Europe, we have structures in America, structures that can reach out to places like CNN. We have viable members in this America. We can go talk for we na CNN. We don't need President Kuma for talk for we. We have people we can come out and go talk for we. You know, so if people they play what they're supposed to play their role they play, then nobody pinpoints on specific people, and then we will begin that will begin show us we are ready to take up governance. So I believe, say in my own view, that is what you will need now, and above all, we need a united party. A united party means say fractions within the party and people that will get diverse view for also begin look at the bigger picture, which is for ensure say we unite for the sake of our party and the people of Salon, because the people don't lose trust in the current government and they cannot put a trust in us fully because they're not able to see it say with the show leadership. So we for begin show leadership and begin show say we are ready to make a difference in our country. I believe say when they see that in us, that is to say, members of parliament for begin for ensure say them begin play them parliamentary roles and stand up very strong as opposition and begin for show themselves which they capable in terms of making sure say they create opposition at the parliament. Mayors in various districts where APC get begin for come out and show themselves in opposition, and councillors as well as all of those things. When all of those structures then they begin to take effect, then I'm sure we will begin get a whole lot of change in the country. So if I can say in few words, I want to tell every APC member, say, be rest assured, SLPP, then they left power. This now OTP, a one-term president, nice also. So get yourself ready by uniting and ensuring, say, we go and show the people and say we're ready for take power, and that this now the only party we can able for face development in the country. We don't prove them. In less than 90 days, we come with development of the country. In less than 10 years, we come with development where even the then SLPP Pakabana for don't do them. We all know say Pakabana for don't do the construction of the country. After every war, now a construction process. After every war, now a construction process. It means the country after war for begin build roads, build lights all the way to Dompuel, the lights all the way to Dompuel, then water all the way to Dompuel. Now the government will did the for the one. So Pakabana is supposed to do all of those things. But President Kumaka join all things. President Kumaka for be the economic leader. In for meets in for developing the economy after Pakabana for don't do the construction. But what President Kumaka can do now is join both the constructions and the economy. And we'll see the results. So for me, I'm very impressed with President Kumaka. Trust me, some of us are very proud of him. And I can always tell you this. Some of we need to talk like other people they talk. We don't play politics. Because people people in play politics will go say, oh, I like that man, they will be back in Chuka. We have stand the test of time and we have proved it, and it will never stop here. So, not to what people they say for say President Kumar give office, no. Some of us have worked for President Kumar even before he give office. As I repeat, I was with him in opposition, and everybody know the role where some of you play. The organization where we start and we will build them up, they like it today in the new APC constitution, it don't catch them up. So we have history for sure which we're capable for do. So not to like for say, oh, we libel or no. It is a conviction of a leader that has proved himself. And that kind of thing they make, we see we're proud of him, and we always feel say it deserve respect and honor. Even the APC for be proud of him. Just imagine we have been out of power for 15 years in wilderness. And President Kumar come is savage all of that and restore with glory as a party. Many people in the like say, oh, they fets the APC. Maybe some President Kumar make them. Some of us are not going to personal. But some of us, they even meet some of we at the APC. When I mean meet some of we, doesn't mean say they were not APC. It means they meet you at the battlefront at that time. Now, because of age, we were young at that time. When they came, we know them. So we sabi them. We sabi the shoes they wear. We sabi the motor car they drive. Today, President Kumar don't give them life. So the question comes, it's why are they now targeting him? Why? God now they give power. So me if you say, therefore work for God and the people them and left President Kumar.
Yeah, Ambassador, I'll be saying that the last question, but give me one more answer before we go. Tell me. What will be one? What will gather from Acacia? So, we understand say the present government of Julius Maada build, then they bring people away because like we will be there in Eastern, we'll grow up in Africa, we watch from the streets. Tedong, I know all who are born and men in the area, but now then they bring different faces, then they can plant them inside the capital city. They give them gun. So man, we will be there na them. CDF will be the man we community them. We know how man we train the old gun. The man then they give gun now they can at the capital where old gun say say this na cock and fire the land and for. And also inside the western area where they say na dominated place however on a Tonobo election. SIPP they ever win inside Freetown, but now they don't come plant people and they up to then go reach where they go down. Then they Sandy, then they go and grab people then land. They take and they give them people away come on at the southeast say. Then for can populate and gain votes na the eastern part of Freetown, western part of. You feel say that they get for right because Freetonia we know we safe. We swag self, where they swag na free you know say this na free bobo. Where you come up line, they know say this na outline bobo. But they don't can plant the inside free they take people then land. You feel say that cable make them survive with elections?
Abdullah, so many things happen at the country right now. In fact, one of the reasons make I tell you say the chances for us winning are greater than us losing. First of all, you get to understand say this is not Pakaba SAPP. And many people in way democratic, we know what it means for a country within our SAPP right now, not even supports this particular SAPP. And there are other SAPP members and they within the see how this particular SAPP they rule, then just be silenced because they don't want like outrightly condemn the leader in the face of it. But in a quiet time, they just say they wait for the right time and say, we're tired. We're not going to allow Salon for go down the drain. One, there are many people within the SAPP we don't want to make tribalism in that country again. And me and one person, for example, me a hybrid. Me and my man and Mende, me papa na Timini. So I mean a hybrid. So imagine some of us who shall go for the when tribal issues in camp. There are other people within the SAPP we also know say this particular SAPP not sincere with the country. Then go tell you this today, then go tell you that tomorrow. So there are a lot of things that happen at the country where people know. People are just quiet. So even if SAPP go and go take people and can mix and a freedom. First of all, make I explain to you something. Let me say we are not saying too much right now. We in the APC, we quite aware say the ratio of freedom between we and SAPP now 20:1. 20 APC, 1 SAPP. Now the ratio that one day. So now make I tell you say we know it's rank. But for now, we don't feel say need there for that. Like I say, people they feel and can grab one money and say, "Oh, but we want create confusion. We need to give them time for rule and go." But look, SAPP then they rule. This elephants aid with them told show the load with them told show, brother. That aid then they quota. Now they talk say they would take overdraft. And when we say they take overdraft, but we thank God yes, overdraft now like we get credit card in America. We have people get credit card. We use them for we purpose. That is also we pay staff then. When they say before months done, we go take overdraft for pay them. Make people not suffer. We gladly now for people we do one for. Then when they take overdraft and they don't begin pay 15 after the 15 of the other month or the 16. So we then try it. Now they won't talk them deeper. Now the same as people they talk they say how we no me they give lights. The lights are all left, the sheep they all left, the battles they all left, and then they make like they don't count. So now they go talk say them go build Lunge Bridge. We don't see different kind of bridge in our WhatsApp. We hope say no to the Lunge Bridge and then they will them plan for Kangiwi. So let them do the talking while we the student observe. There's one thing where SAPP not forever think of another country day. They not forever think of coming with violence and not forever facing intimate APC. Let me tell you one thing where we all APC people then get, and including some of us. When you read Sheikh Stephen in book, they tell you what it teach we all get them. First of all, never forget say APC is well defined when it comes to Togri. We have no fear when it comes to Togri because in our blood, I can always tell, I remember which one big man tell me when a doctor, he say, Felix, make I tell you something. He say, APC, we on a Tog. These are doctor, just imagine a doctor. He say, APC, we on a Tog. Now, I will tell you, say, even with us being doctor lawyers, we can change when people, when conditions them change. And that is to tell you, we are situational leaders. And she can even tell me one word before they go, before they like 2 words like it today. He say, the price we for pay for freedom is still a vigilance. So we understand all those concepts. But the question is that I always tell SAPP, we are looking at them. You know why? They're funny. Trust me, SAPP be funny. You see, and SAPP for able to understand one thing. Then for rule to be ruled. SAPP for rule to be ruled. If they respect President Koroma, it means any government we can subsequent time they respect President Madabiu. If they're not like per APCC, they don't thief. It means any government we cannot go lie per them. So they have a choice to make. And then get them. We, for now, we are observers. We are going to observe and we therefore allow them for rule. Say to the elections, where then they get a fresh mandate to the people. We say they go back for seek that same mandate. Say they must see strategy where they get. They will tell them what we get. We will show them we will get. Then while we get better strategy, then go rule alone.
Now the former ambassador, yes, Ambassador Felix. Now we former ambassador, we currently don't can the United States in an international lawyer now and security experts. We can see them strategize how forward the security system in our country, and also now the former ambassador and deputy permanent representative of Sierra Leone to the United Nations. He just explained to we the life of former president, His Excellency Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, in life after office, how they live in life now. But people and they just they guess how they happen, but in not come and claim say in a spokesperson for Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, we categorically talk about in no say if you don't work with him and the coordinator and don't doing research, you know say now this man in life this way they live after office. So I mean people them this na Cast TV we tell you now thank you viewers them for una who just they join we saw you next time. I mean I know say sometimes una work una busy una schedule and also I wish all my happy birthday would I get birthday today and also people the way they the diaspora and the United States. We wish you a happy Labor Day. And we producer today, na Amja Jalomiba, Mina Abdullah Mansari, and we will get back to una next week. Una tata.